it's Sam. Today I'm really excited because BECCA has recently launched a new collection. I have no idea how you say it. It's A-P-R-E-S with a little ding thing over the E. Is that Après Ski Glow collection? I have no clue how you say it, but I'm assuming it's kind of like their holiday collection and we're kind of getting more into the fall winter season now, and this is clearly wintry. I mean, it's got little frost all over it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the packaging that it came in. This is what the box came like for the actual PR packaging, and I love it because it just automatically screams winter, like winter wonderland with the little frost. I really love it. And then when you open up the box, this is the actual boxes of the two different palettes. So there's two palettes, one is for eyes, one is for your face. There is the kind of picture of the model. So you can see when I first saw it, I was clearly like, okay, this is like a glowy palette. It's more kind of like shimmery and glowy and kind of like very snow angel. That's what it reminds me of. And the boxes are kind of like that mirrored finish with the little kind of like frost all around the edge. So I thought that was really cute because it just screams winter and snow and kind of Christmas. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the highlighting palette first. So this is called the Apres, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Ski Glow Face Palette. You can see it's got that mirror face and then it has the frost all the way around, which I love. I just think it's so festive. And then on the back, it tells you exactly what shades you are getting inside of the palette. And you get some good size in here, guys. Like, it's not just a pathetic, measly little highlight. They're good sizes. I will tell you right off the bat, like, I've only used this once and this mirror is already looking a disaster. So it gets really dirty. Sometimes these aren't my favorite type of packaging because I hate it when things look dirty. And this is automatically dirty, like right off the bat. As soon as you touch it, it is dirty. So I would have preferred if it was more of a kind of like, I like how Too Faced did their Just Peachy Matte palette, because like no matter what you get on there, you can't tell that it's dirty. So I prefer those. Hourglass does the same thing. It's like that mirror finish and then it always looks messy. I just don't care for it, but whatever, it's not a big deal. It's what's inside that counts, right? So you open it up, you have a ginormous mirror. I mean, that's a good size. And then you have 6 gorgeous, really great sized highlighters, contour, and blush. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them on my arm for you. This is a first impressions, so I am gonna be actually applying these to my face, but I did just want to show you what they look like on the skin, like all swatched. I just sprayed my arm because I'm like seriously disgustingly dry. So first I'm gonna take Rose Quartz, and I'm gonna put that right there. So you can see it's kind of like that really pretty, it's like a very soft kind of like, how I describe it on the face is like a soft kind of vanilla pink. It's very, very subtle. Then we have the Icicle, which is like a very frosty, it's almost like a kind of white blue. You see how it has like that blue, it's white, but it's so white that it's like blue purple, if that makes sense. Then we have Winterberry, which is a gorgeous kind of like pinky coral. Look at that baby. It's really beautiful. I love this blush. I think it's like the perfect shade. Next we're moving on to Blushed Copper, which is a little too dark for me as a blush, but I could totally rock that as a shadow. It's really pigmented, it's super duper shimmery, and it's just a really beautiful copper. Then we have Opal, which to me is like kind of like a champagne shade. And then we have the Bronzed Bondi, which is just a really nice kind of like neutrally warm like bronzer shade. Those are all of the shades right there, so you can see they're really pretty. There's a nice range of different colors in there. You'll see me applying it in the next clip, and you can see how well they blend out. So the next part of the collection is the Après Ski Glow Eyelights palette. This is another, like, looks like frost. It's like, you know, when your windows get all frosty in the winter. I just love that. And then again on the back, this also has all of the different colors so that you know exactly what you're using. Shine a spotlight on your eyes with this limited edition eyeshadow palette featuring our best-selling Shimmering Skin Perfector highlighter formula customized for the eyes. Also added 2 new shades to this palette that are for the eyes. There's 2 luxe finishes, satin and shimmer, and it's $45. It's already available online, and this is a limited collection, guys. Those are all of the shadows. And I kind of go into a little bit more once I'm in the tutorial of showing you like which ones are new. But basically these ones are new, and then these ones are all like colors that you've seen before from BECCA. These 3 or 4 are the shimmering, whatever they're called, shimmering skin perfectors. So we have rose quartz, moonstone, opal, pearl, and there's topaz, which is definitely the most amazing color. Then we have hot cocoa and toasted marshmallow. So those are all the shades of the actual eye palette. Moonstone and opal are very similar. I think moonstone is just slightly a little bit more icy, but they are pretty close. But you can see like those, I mean, if you've used any of the shimmering skin perfectors, then you know how pretty they are. They're beautiful. So they basically just put those highlighters into a palette and then added 2 eyeshadows. You're gonna see me applying as many colors from the highlighter palette to my face as possible. And then I'm creating this look that I'm wearing right now with the eyeshadow palette. Now we're gonna go ahead and move into the kind of first impression demo. I also have a couple of other products, a lip, eyeliner, and a mascara that I'm trying out that's new as well, to me at least. So it's kind of just a first impressions. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. I really just wanted to like play with these anyway myself. So I figured I would just go ahead and film for you guys and let you guys know my thoughts as I was using it. I will link everything down below for you guys. If it's available, I'll link it down below and you can easily click on that link and it will take you to shop. Anyway, let's get on to the video, guys. Okay, so the first thing that we are gonna be trying is this gorgeous palette from BECCA. This is the Après, oh, how do I say it? Apres Ski Glow Base Palette. And it looks like this, so it's all ice. It looks like it's frosty, like it's really cute. I love it. I think it's perfect for like the holidays. It has some really gorgeous colors. It has a full-size mirror, which is quite delightful. And then look at all of those colors in there, guys. There are a lot. There's 6, but they're very big if you ask me. I think that's a really great size for a palette like this. So this one is called Rose Quartz. Then we have Icicle, Winterberry, Blushed Copper, Opal, and Bronzed Bondi. I'm gonna go ahead and contour with the bronzer. And I don't think I've actually ever tried the Rose Quartz shade, so I'm really excited because it looks like such a beautiful, like soft shimmery pink. This bronzer is pretty. I'm pretty sure I already have this one in like a single compact. I could be wrong, but I think I do. But see how it's just like a nice, like, it gives you enough color, but it's not too dark. It's just a really nice contour shade. It does have enough warmth for me. I know that I talk about this a lot, how a lot of like cool tone bronzers make me look a little ill, especially when you do self tan. You know, it can make you look ashy compared to your body. So I do like to have a contour that has like that good amount of warmth in it. This one does. It's like not too warm, but it definitely does add like a bit of like warmth to the skin to just make you look alive, which is, at the end of the day, what we're really looking for is to look alive. It's a nice size. Like, even though my brush is quite big, I'm still picking up, for the most part, like my whole brush kind of like face is covered, which is really nice because sometimes they can be so small that you feel like you're, you know, picking up like 8 million other colors alongside it, and I'm not touching like any other colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this color here, which I believe is called, what is that one? Winterberry, and that is a kind of like a really pretty kind of pinky, got a bit of a corally tone to it. And it's actually, this mirror is actually really big. I don't know why I'm looking into that one. I could just be doing this. It does have a little bit of a glow to it. There's definitely a little bit of a sheen in there. It's kind of nice because it just adds, it's not anything crazy, but it does add a nice little bit of a kind of a gentle sheen. That's actually a really beautiful blush. I like the choice that they made for that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Rose Quartz, just because I've never tried it before and it's pink and pretty and I'm just like super excited. Let's just see what Rose Quartz looks like. Okay, so it's really pretty. It's like a very soft, kind of almost like a vanilla pinky glow. It's not as beaming as I was thinking it would be, to be honest. It's very subtle. You know, you can always build it up. And then of course, if you set your makeup with like MAC Fix Plus or the Too Faced Hangover Spray, then you can definitely, like, that's pretty intense now that I've kind of added a few layers. Like, so it's one of those, I think, that you can either wear really like subtly and naturally, or you can build it up for a little bit more of a pizzazz if you like. That's a really beautiful color. It's not too pink. it kind of looks like it's going to be a little bit too pink in the palette. But once you have it on, it's actually not at all. I'm going to go ahead and take the Icicle shade right here. And this is just a really kind of like frosty white. I'm just going to go ahead and pop that right onto my brow bone. Almost like a bluish undertone. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's so white, it's blue, if that makes sense. So I am going to go ahead and take a little bit of that Opal shade, which is right here. That's more of like a champagne-y color. It just has a little bit more warmth. And I am going to go ahead and just kind of warm that up just so that I don't look so blue. I do like the white one, but I think honestly that's probably more so for like if you're a little bit more fair. So I am actually going to take that one just straight and pop that right into that inner corner, because I feel like that is a good place for like a super light, bright, yeah, look how pretty that is in the inner corner. So I would save that one for the inner corner and then Opal for the brow bone. So the only color I didn't use in that was the copper shade, and I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just swatch it. So that is what that, oh gosh, it's really pretty. That is blushed copper. It's a blush. It might be a little too deep for me for a blush, but I think that would be a really beautiful eyeshadow on my skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other part of the collection from BECCA. This is the BECCA Apré's Ski Glow Collection Eyelights palette. Now this one is rounded, so I like the fact that they kind of switched up the like shapes. This one is a silver palette, and then this one is a, I suppose, is that gold? I think it's like a gold color, or is it rose gold? It's almost like a mix between a rose gold and a gold, but it's again frosty, so it looks like it's kind of like a frosty window in the mornings. Again, a really good size mirror, and then you have 2, 4, 6, 7 shades. These are all great sizes. And it looks like this is more kind of like a neutral palette. It's nothing crazy as far as color. You don't have any specific like super warm colors or cool colors. It's just very kind of neutral. And most of them are quite light. These all look like they're a little shimmery. So, I mean, it is a glow collection. I'm gonna take this color right here for my crease. So I'm just gonna pop that all into the crease and just kind of blend it out. This is definitely shimmery. Every single one of these shades is shimmery. So if you're looking for a palette that has like matte shades in there, this won't be for you. Kind of reminds me of like a little snow angel. Like the colors, it's just glowy and pretty and very feminine. Okay, so that was just like a nice kind of very neutral crease color. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take this kind of like, it's almost like a plummy mauve shade. I'm gonna go ahead and take that into the outer and inner corner. These are all very kind of like subtle shades. I am seeing a little fallout, so just keep that in mind. So I feel like with this palette, you really can't create a super dramatic look. It's more like just gonna be like a everyday, very kind of just glowy, subtle makeup look. It's a very, very light palette. You can build them up to be a little darker, but there's only like so far that they can really go. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this one because I really don't ever use colors like that. It's just kind of like a gold. I'm gonna pop it on right in that center part just using my fluffy brush. This one is definitely showing a little bit more kind of a shimmer or like metallic-y finish. I'm gonna wet my brush using some MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just gonna see if we can kind of make that a little bit more like metallic-y. Oh yes. Okay, so if you use Fix Plus with with your brush and then pat it in, it really intensifies and makes it super duper metallic. So I would definitely recommend trying it like that. That's really pretty. I like that gold color a lot. That's probably my favorite out of all of the shades. I'm gonna go ahead and take that gold again, and I'm gonna run that all the way underneath. My brush is still a tiny little bit damp. And then I'm also gonna take this mauve shade right here. Again, oh, I've got so much powder in my eye. And I'm just gonna put that kind of in the outer corner a little bit. You know, this is really pretty. It's just a really like very subtle kind of like shimmery makeup look. I'm gonna go ahead and take this color right here in the middle, and I'm gonna pop that baby right in the center. And again, that has like that pinky kind of purpley bluish tone of a glow to it. Now I'm gonna take the Estee Lauder Victoria Beckham Eye Kajal, And this is kind of a dual-sided, so one side is vanilla, one side is Java. So I think I'm gonna take Java because it's kind of like a nice, you know, Java tone. And I'm gonna pop that right into my waterline. Oh, that's creamy. It's like a coffee color, super creamy. And then vanilla is like kind of like a peachy, almost like skin tone shade. So this is kind of nice that it's like a dual, because sometimes you want to have a bright inner rim and sometimes you don't want to have a bright inner rim. So this is really nice because you can have both. And that kind of just made it so that it looks really dark in there. So I am actually going to take my little flat brush again, and I'm going to have to wet it and take a little bit of that hot cocoa shade because, oh, I just got the whole palette wet. Freaking life. So I'm going to take a little bit of that hot cocoa while my brush is wet and just kind of deepen that up. Sometimes I feel when all you have is a black liner or dark eyeliner in there and then it doesn't like blend out to the lower lash line, it's like super duper 2000, if you know what I mean. And then I have a new mascara that I'm going to try from the cutest company ever. It's called Trifle Cosmetics, and it's honestly like the cutest packaging ever. They've got little bunnies and cupcakes and ice cream and unicorns. Okay, so let me just show you the packaging of this beauty, okay? This is the Truffle Mascara, Intensely Black Volumizing Mascara, and it's got little cupcakes and I think little truffles. Yeah, it does. Okay, so there's little cupcakes and like chocolate truffles. It's so cute, and that's not even one of the cuter packages. Like there's so many adorable things, but then look at the mascara itself. It's a light pink tube. I mean, so we're just gonna go ahead and try this baby out. If I could use a pink tube mascara every day of my life, oh yeah. Wouldn't life just be great? The wand does feel a bit stiff, even though it is like a, you know, a fluffier one. It's not like those rubber evil ones. It does feel like there's not a whole lot of give. It's quite a stiff wand. So it's creating a very like fluffy kind of pieced out lash. I suppose it's more like fanned out. It's thicker at the base and then more skinny at the tips. I am noticing that I'm getting a lot of mascara on my lid. Okay, I like it better on the bottom lashes than I do on the top. I do have to be honest, it's not my favorite mascara I've ever tried. I think it's great if you're just looking for like a nice fanned out, like more natural lash, but you guys know I like more of a kind of extreme, like dramatic, really thick, voluminous lash. So I'm not super excited about that mascara, but I do love the packaging, so there's that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of my mascara. I want it a little bit more intense, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take my Lancome Hypnose Drama. I mean, I think if you wear false lashes, like that would be a fine mascara because you're not looking for like major volume. I'm gonna go ahead and take another product from Trifle Cosmetics. This is the Trifle Cosmetics Cream Bar Creamy Matte Lipstick. Is that not the most adorable little packaging? It's just like little wafer and some sprinkles. It's so cute. Jam Smear. And it's like a really pretty, I'm probably gonna have to do a liner first. Oh, I have a dry spot. That's delicious. I'm taking Brick from MAC first. You know, I remember the days when I used to actually just be able to look from far to see. And now I have to have a darn close-up mirror. It's ridiculous. What is life? You could just go with this if you wanted to, but I just have to be more precise with my lips. Okay, that's a beautiful formula. It's super matte. It smells really yummy. It goes on really nicely. And it feels like it's gonna stay on really well. Okay, I gotta find my tweezers so I can pluck off this dry piece of skin. Yum. I love Differin, but boy does it make your skin dry. So there is the finished look. I am gonna go back into the highlighter palette just because I'm dying to just make it super intense with my fan brush. So I'm gonna go back into the Rose Quartz shade. Yes, dang it, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. And I want this to look to be super glowy. So I'm just gonna like majorly go for it on the cheeks because everything, the eyes are shimmery. The highlight is super nice and glowy. And I want the eyes to pop too. I love that topaz with the MAC Fix Plus in the center. It's so beautiful. It just like beams. It's really golden. I don't know if it's gonna come off in camera, but in real life, it's so beautiful. Like I love it so much. Hopefully you guys can tell. This lip color I love. Like this is so beautiful. Once it's on there, it feels like it's on there. Like it doesn't feel thick. It just kind of like feels like a very thin layer. I really, really like that. And the color is beautiful. It's like a really pretty brick kind of red or like burgundy shade. So I absolutely love, 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 love that, especially for the holidays. This highlight is so beautiful, guys. I just absolutely love this rose quartz. It's just like, oh, it's so beaming, and it has like a really pretty kind of like vanilla pinkish glow. So beautiful. I really do love it. So yes, I'm very excited. So I think for $54, you know, you're getting 6 really good size products in there. And not only are you getting, you know, a contour and a blush, but you're getting 3 highlights, and then you're also getting this other blush shade, which technically for me, I'm going to use as a shadow. Is this going to focus? But for deeper skin, you could use that as a blush as well. So I do think the price point, I mean, the price point is a little high, but you know, if you were to buy these things individually, it would be a lot more than $54. Really beautiful, all of them blended out really nicely. The shades are pretty. And then the face palette, I believe, is $45. So it's definitely up there. So you're getting 7 shades. There's 2 different finishes. One or a few of them are satin, and then a few of them are shimmers. So Hot Cocoa is new, and that's a satin shade. Toasted Marshmallow, which is down here, is also a satin shade, and that is also a new color. And then Topaz is a shimmer, Pearl is a shimmer, Rose Quartz is a shimmer, oh sorry, Pearl is a satin, and then Moonstone, where's Moonstone? Moonstone right here is a shimmer, and then this one is, what is that? Opal. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shimmers, and then 3 satins. So these 2 shades right here are the new shades. This is one of those things that I'm kind of like halfway decided on, because while I think that there are super beautiful colors in here, is this something that I could see myself wearing every day? Probably not, just because I have been gravitating more towards matte shades on my eyes and a little bit darker shades or a little bit warmer shades, and I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4 of those are very, very light, and then you have 3 kind of like mid-range as far as like darkness of color goes. I would say Topaz is absolutely the best shade out of the whole palette. So yeah, these 3 right here are actually highlighters that they just made into smaller versions for the eyes, from what I'm reading here. For me, it's like you already have Rose Quartz and you have Opal in the big palette right here. And then you have Icicle in this one right here, which is very, very similar to Pearl. So, and then you have Moonstone, which, you know, I mean, it's pretty darn close to Opal, right? So really you're just paying for these 3 other shadows if you already get this. So in my opinion, I would prefer to just get this. This one I'm kind of like torn on. I can't quite decide. While I do think it's beautiful and I did create a really pretty look with it, I mean, I really do like how this turned out, I don't know if it's something that I would reach for every single day. I hope you guys enjoy the look that I created for you guys. I really like this. This is definitely something that I would wear for like Thanksgiving or even Christmas. I think it's festive and it's warm and shimmery, and I love the lips. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did find it helpful and I helped make your decision up whether or not you were going to purchase the palettes. If you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to do so. I would really appreciate it. Also click that notification bell that helps notify you when I have uploaded. But for the month of October, I'm doing Monday through Friday, so you can just come back to my channel no matter what, and there will be a video Monday through Friday, and then the weekends are off. So just come back on Monday through Friday. Okay, thank you guys. Mwah. Bye.